Hello, grand rising to my gods and goddesses, gifts and grace to my ancestors, Ashe to my spiritual guides. I'm God's will, the son of the sun, the heir of the lost throne, here to gain back all that was taken from me. So, yeah, today I want to talk about this shit that happened to me a while back and shit. Um, when I got jumped by 6 people in an American Bulldog, and I walked away better than everybody. Then these motherfuckers try to get me all over a hat. So the story started when it was in the summertime and shit. I was working at this meat market down South Philly on 9th Street, and I was dealing with this little this mixed shorty. She's like Puerto Rican and black and shit, and she used to come up to my job and shit, meet me at work. So one day she come up and she like, yeah, I moved down to my brother's house on Rising Sun in Ontario, and yeah, I wanted to know if you was gonna come and stay the night, come visit me and shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I'll come over. So that weekend come, Friday come and shit. I get off work, I come home. She meet me at my crib. She like, yeah. She like, come on, get a little bag and shit, and we gonna go stay at my brother's house for a couple days. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right, I pack a little bag of clothes and shit, and I stayed with pistols and shit. But I look at the pistol, I'm like, damn. I asked her, I'm like, yo, you think I'm gonna need that shit? Like, no, we ain't gonna need that. We going somewhere where it ain't gonna be no people out like that. It ain't like that. So you ain't gonna need it. I'm like, all right, bang. So I leave the joint, boom. We get on the bus, we go all the way down there. I go there and shit. I'm chilling with him. It's me, the shorty, her brother, and his girlfriend. We in there, we smoke, we party, order food, we eat, we get high, we chill. So, bang, the next day when I was about to leave and shit, like around the time I was about to leave and shit, they had, all right, so it was their house, then it was a house in the middle, and then it was their neighbor's house where there's a bunch of people that live there. So the people from the next house over come knock on the door. They like, yeah, the neighbors in the middle of us told us that your brother and his girlfriend took our mail. So she like, what you talking about? So she like, yeah, the neighbors in the middle of us told us that your brother took our mail. So they gotta give us our mail back. So the shorty I was talking to, she like, all right, hold on. She like, bro, the neighbors are talking about you took their mail. She like, he like, oh no, we ain't take no mail, we ain't still nothing, we ain't got nothing to do with that or whatever. So the shorty I'm talking to, she go back to the door. She like, they said they ain't take no mail, they don't know what you talking about. So the shorty like, yeah, well, if you do so happen to see is a hat, it is a hat that's engraved. It got all this metal on it. It was like a customized hat. If you see a customized hat, then let us know and shit, because we need our mail. It's about somebody that passed away, so it's their shit. So she like, all right. So she come in the house. As soon as she come in the house, I'm looking at on top of the TV and I see the hat sitting right there. I'm like, yo, that's the hat right there? She like, yeah. So she grab it, she take it back to the door. When she get to the door, she like, is this it? She hand it to him outside the door. So they start tripping, like, hold up. This shit was in the box. How the fuck it get out the box and all this extra shit? Yo, tell your brother and his sister they gotta come outside and rumble. So she like, all right, hold on. So she shut the door. She go back. She like, bro, they said y'all gotta come outside and fight, you and your girlfriend. The chick was at the door with her boyfriend and shit. So the brother started bitching like, no, I ain't fighting nobody. I ain't doing all that. Oh, I ain't fighting nobody. So I tell a nigga, I'm putting on my shoes. Like, hold up, just in case. I tell a nigga, yo, put your shoes on, yo. You court. You ain't got no choice but to go out there and fight. So I'm in there cursing the nigga out. The shorty hear me in the joint cursing him out about stealing his shit. She like, oh, y'all got niggas in there that want to fight? All right. She said, John, go get Poo Poo and Dede and them, right? So he runs off. He run to the next house over. He runs off. He come back with all these fucking people and a dog, right? So the brother, he now at the door trying to like stop them from breaking in. his girlfriend behind him, and then I'm standing in the middle in a little living room area, and I'm standing there with the shorty, and she had her 2 kids and shit. So I'm standing there, the brother at the door, these motherfuckers trying to break in, right? They bust in the house. When they bust in the house, right? They walk right past the nigga that stole the fucking shit and everything. Walk right past him and let him walk out the house. Boom. I look up and I see all them motherfuckers surrounding me. I'm like, hold up. I ain't steal that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't steal no hat. Like y'all even know that I ain't a part of this shit. The nigga was like, what, man? I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Who wanted to fight? As soon as when he stepped up, I steal him. Boom. He goes straight out. His man step over him. I steal him. Boom, boom, boom. He fall on top of him. And then there was another nigga. He tried to like grab me and try to like slam me down, but I slammed him on top of the other 2 niggas. Right? So then while I got him on top of all the other niggas, it's 3 girls behind me. One with a broom. One, she like just like pulling at me, trying to like rip my coat, pull me off the niggas. And then there was another chick that was sitting there at the door trying to block the door. When I look up, I'm the only person in the house. The chick that I came there with and the brother and the sister all outside. You feel me? So it's just me locked in the house with fucking 6 people and a bulldog. So I'm on the ground. I'm not letting these niggas up. Whatever kicked in my mind, I'm like, I can't let these niggas off the ground, because then if I let them up, then I'm outnumbered. I'm not really worrying about the chicks. But the whole time I got the niggas on the ground, I'm punching on them. The chicks behind me, one beating me with the broomstick, the other one trying to like pull me off the niggas and shit, but she pulling my clothes, pulling my pants, all that shit. So, bang. I'm still on these niggas. I'm not getting up. Like, it don't matter what they was doing behind me, I wouldn't get up. So the nigga that I knocked out first, he wake up, he like, oh shit. He like, babe, what the fuck going on? Get this nigga off me. He said, grab a knife and stab this nigga. I looked at her, I said, yo, please don't stab me over no hat. I'm not even the one that stole the shit. You feel me? So he like, shut up, bitch, stab this nigga. So she scared, she nervous, she like, I don't know. I still him. Boom. Right after I hit him, he like, bitch, stab this nigga. So she stabbed me the first time. Boom. It was with the fork that come with the grill and the two spikes. It was like a steak fork. She stabbed me with the joint the first time, but it was like soft. It wasn't even really hard because she was scared. And after she did it, I'm like, I still didn't get up. I still up away from him. Boom. He like, bitch, stab this nigga for real. Get him off me. She stabbed me the second time. When she hit me the second time, I felt it. I jump up. I still her. Boom, boom. After I piece her, the chick swing the broom. She swing it. I dip it. I still her. Boom, boom, boom. Throw her back. And then it was the last chick at the door. I tackle her. Boom. Step on her from her feet to her face, all the way to the door. I get to the door. I realize the door was locked. Boom. When I turn around, I'm trapped. You know what I mean? I'm trapped in a tight little kitchen area. So they all started rushing me and shit, but couldn't really get to me because the kitchen was too tight. I wound up fucking them up in between the kitchen and the kitchen, the door, and the living room, and they all trying to rush me and shit. So bang, the one chick, she come in, she goes to swing, I dip it, I still her. The dog jump up and grab my arm and start pulling me back, trying to drag me in the living room. So I had to lift the dog up and grab him from under his neck. After I grabbed the dog under his neck, he let me go. Right after he let me go, I turned back around. They all started trying to rush me. So I back up to the wall. Boom. I slide down the wall while they all punching on each other and shit. I'm just jumping up, stealing people one by one. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking them up. Next thing you know, the cops kick in the door. Boom. They kick in the door. Everybody run out the crib and shit. Right? Everybody run out the crib. I'm in the back of the kitchen trying to catch my breath. I was in that joint for like 15 minutes fighting these motherfuckers. So I'm trying to catch my breath. Cop boy like, yo, you alright? I said, what the fuck it look like? Nigga, I just got jumped. Right after I said that, the nigga that I knocked out first, he runs up and say, but you hit me first. You hit me first. I said, man, I said, what y'all expect? I was outnumbered on all that, whatever. So bang, the cop asked me, do I want to press charges and all that shit. I told him, no, I'm cool. So I called my folks up. I'm waiting for my folks to come get me. They took about an hour to come get me. So I sat up there, even after I got jumped and all that shit, I sat up there and waited for my folks to come pick me up. And they're like the people that I was just rumbling, they still on some nut shit, but they like bitching because like the law there now and shit. So I'm like, man, all right, I'll be right back. But the moral of the story is the people that I came there with, they wound up leaving me. They didn't even fight with me. They didn't do none of that shit. And like the whole thing was over a hat. A motherfucker stabbed me in the back. I got bit by a dog and all that shit and jumped by 6 people over a fucking hat that I didn't even steal. But the moral of the story is I didn't even get fucked up. I shouldn't be here. You feel me? Like the way they came in and the way I was locked in that crib and all that with them motherfuckers, couldn't none of them beat me. That's crazy. But I walked away perfectly fine. Only thing happened was I got stabbed in the fucking back. My rotator cuff got torn from the dog grabbing my arm and shit. And I had a couple of scratches and my clothes was tore up. But they was worse than me. So, you know what I mean? That was a little quick story about some shit that happened with the people that I thought I was going to be safe with. You know what I mean? But the moral of the story is sometimes where you think you're going to be cool at, you might want to double check on that. You know what I mean? Where you think you might be get some peace at, might not be that. You feel me? But yeah, I pretty much walked away from that shit unscathed. Peace. Take heed.